Hello there, thanks for joining us. Finance and fitness. Let's check the similarities. I'm with Leo. Hi, Leo.
Hi, Mayor Sir. Thank you for welcoming me with the realities of life and fitness realities.
So you got some question about finance and fitness.
Yes, as I have been working with you over the days, the first thing I noticed is that most people who work with you actually pay a commitment fee. So I have been wondering and asking myself, is it really necessary to pay for fitness?
Yeah, especially at the time where you can download an app and repeat it at home. Or there are so many other group around that does it for free or does it voluntarily. When you have, you give. When you don't have, you sit quiet. Or you can skip payment for some time. And I understand why you bother. You know, recently we have experienced something dramatic, and we had to send away some of our members because of a lack of financial commitment. And it sparked conversation again in the group and so many other groups that we seem to be making a lot of money out of it. That is why when people skip a month without committing, it destabilizes us financially. And when it came to my ears, I just laughed. No, you have to be more serious. There is a co-relationship between finance and sport and fitness. Like, it has to do with habits. Yeah. And once I noticed that if your data gets finished, whatever thing you want to enjoy online, you cannot enjoy until you look for means to put data. I also understand that if you are still in the Boya Fitness Club for All, it's because aside of the exercise, you enjoy something that you personally can judge. So I want it to look like you are committing to be there, and it's because of that commitment that people are attracted. So that is why I make it mandatory. History also shows that I have spent 7 years in other fitness club, and I used to stay away for up to 3 months because I couldn't raise. We're talking about $5,000, $10. I'm sure those who are following us on other accounts will be shocked that we can pay a gym for $10. Yes, but in our own context, 5,000 is quite big for somebody who is either a student or has graduated and has nothing doing. I remember a moment I had to stay off the group for 3 months, 3 good months, just to raise 5,000. Not that I was not seeing 5,000 within that period, no, but that I had a family. If I had 1,000 every day, it would go straight to the family. So it was not easy for me. And when I now became a fitness coach, I changed my own perspective. I put the money in a way that fitness practitioners that work with me, those who intend to improve their body composition, can retrieve their money. So because I understood how difficult it was to me back then to raise the money, I now put it back as a prize that if you work hard, you win back your money.
Okay, so what you just said simply means that there's a similarity between fitness and finance. Moving to the next question. People often talk about consistency in both gym routines and saving money. Why is consistency very important in both aspects?
If you think that becoming rich will solve your problem in life, then I just want to tell you that you should go closer to somebody who is rich. Because having money does not solve your problem. Because money gets finished. Yes, money gets finished. And money that you don't acquire using some of consistent action, your way of dilapidating it does not look does not give all the glamour. When you go to a snack and see a scammer lavishing money, it does not really move you because it looks like a mad action. And even if that money was to fall in your lap, you would throw it away, even though you need money. Why? Because you fear the consequences of such money done. So God has made it in a way that the achievement of money, when you earn money in a legit way, personally you feel happy. And there's nothing comforting for a human being who is living than having a price for his effort. I mostly go with women. I observed a young girl who was living quite luxurious life, but was working for a salary of 50,000. Each time this 50,000 come in, you just have to see the joy in the girl. So it's not like she has never, just the environment where she was living was worth far more than that. But just the fact that she could translate her know-how into financial terms brought her joy. Prostitute work for a single hour for 150,000, 100,000, but do that give them as much joy as this young girl? I mean, certainly not. So consistency is habit building. Yes. If you make it a habit to be working out every day for 2 hours, in the beginning, you might be doing that to follow a timetable, to follow a calendar, but after 6 months, if you have really been consistent, it becomes a habit. So it's true for money. If you make a habit to be saving just $1 or 500 francs every day, I mean, making it a habit, meaning that if you are hungry and you hold 500 francs, that 500 francs is going to your saving box. And what will you eat? You must move to the neighbor and beg food openly. That's the option we are talking about here. Like, you don't say that you don't look for a justification not to save. How does it go? You hold 10,000 francs a month, you break it down into 500. It gives you 20 days. Do for another 5,000, put it, so 15,000, that's a month. So if your total earning is only 15,000, it means that you'll be begging, if your city have 15 homes, you'll be moving from one home to the other and begging food every day while you are saving. It's just a way of saying that there's no justification for not saving if at all you have a project that requires, for example, your house rent or your school fees, or maybe you want to go and knock door to a woman and you think it's through saving that you acquire that. Man, you have no justification. So is your health.
Okay, yes. Coach.
So is your health. Let me explain a bit to say that if you don't save that 500 francs, nobody will come and beat you, right? But is it affecting your project to come? The answer might be yes, might be no, but the probability that it's affecting your project is high. So is your health. Most people rather prefer to destroy their health and use the money they have worked hard to go and give to hospital. But what we have been achieving these days is that some hospitals are not competent enough to take care of you. And that is where I was following again this morning session of hemodialysis in the regional hospital here, even in Boya. I saw it previously in Bafoussam. Those who suffer from that are mostly people who have destroyed their renal problem. From what? Poor sugar consumption, poor Maggi, this Maggi that people salt consumption. Those are the two ingredients that destroy alcohol, smoke. Yes. So when you don't have knowledge about this, it accumulates over time and still sets you into trouble.
Okay, Mayor, consistency builds habits and no hospital is capable enough to take care of your health like you do. Moving to the next question. In fitness, we have progressive overload. Is there any equivalent concept in finance when it comes to growing wealth?
Of course, yes. Money is a mindset. Money is a woman. Okay. It needs to be taken by force. Yes. Fitness also is a woman. I mean, shape, beauty, structure is feminine. It needs to be taken by force. It means that if you are waiting but for conveniency, that the atmosphere is good so that you can do sport, or that the girl have given you green light so that you can make a move, man, it means that you might wait till you die. So don't take adversity for a limit. You must push through. The idea here is to push through. Your fitness goal needs a push through attitude. It's just as your finance. To have more money, you must understand that it's a sum of action you have been doing before that give you the reflex to detect opportunities. Neglecting to do the things you are supposed to do. We started with saving, but saving is not the greatest way to have money. The right what to say at a particular time. That's the greatest of all things that give money. When to say what. People come over opportunity every day. You will not tell me that coming to work today, you didn't see a beautiful girl on the road. But did you know what you can tell her? The answer is no. And that is the problem in life. People don't know what to say when. Why? Because they think that once they see what they want, they will go back and revise their note. No, life doesn't work like that. You need to be revising your note, meaning that if you are in a point in your life that you need a beautiful girl, you need a companion, you need money, you have to sleep reading book. Look for a way to be informing yourself. So that the moment you meet your targets, that's what they call opportunity. You have the right word. It's just like a password. Once you lock it, pop, it automatically opens. That is money. That is money. That's why you can steal an idea. But will you sustain? Because it goes with mindset. Now, it's the same thing with fitness goal. You can develop an app for 1 month and it disappear the next month. You can do surgery and have good body structure. But as soon as you don't have money to maintain it, it loses off. Fitness has a growth, it accumulates over time. Meaning that you get smarter, you get healthier, you get, then it economizes the money that people are going to spend in the hospital. That's what accumulates. It gives you more money, better reflex, and adaptability to so many situations. So you see how, what we say, it accumulates over time, just like money. The person who is well read, well prepared, from one would easily give the right word to the right circumstances and will making more money faster than somebody who needs time to go and read and come and answer.
Okay, Mayor Cyril. Fitness treats us how to be adaptable to our day-to-day activities. So how does discipline play a role in avoiding shortcuts? Why do you think many people struggle with patience in these areas?
Discipline is just the word. The blood is to the body as discipline is to lifestyle. Okay. Yes. Most people in life have been made to believe that they have choices, that they can do without, that they can look for alternative. But the truth is that the more shortcuts you have, the less ability to solve what psychology call cognitive ability, the presence of the mind to solve, to face adversary. So if you have to do a number of reps to achieve a certain result, but you choose to do your own and give up, that's shortcut. While other people are finishing the rep, you had finished before and you were resting. Does that bring you closer to your fitness goal? The answer is no. It's the same thing when you desire money. You go and play gambling, pari foot and other. Of course, lucky days you are going to win. But who takes care of bad days? That's not even the most damaging thing. Is how you feel during bad days that stop you from expanding. Just like how do you feel when you're feeding on medication, when you're having things that you are concoction that you're drinking to keep fit. What happens is that you don't drink them. What happens when you have side effects? Fitness and legit money does not have side effects. If you work hard to acquire the right shape, the right structure, it goes with your mind. It had little or no side effect. Instead, it opens you to other prospects. You can be competitive and participate in competition and even win prizes. But now, same thing with money. When you are good at a particular thing, you only get better and you take less time to perform that thing and earn more. People see the way Francis Ngannou earned today. They think that all boxers can earn like that. It's not true. This is somebody that, if you see the rate at which his money was growing over the years, you will see that people like Jay Paul, who has started boxing ever since, had millions while Francis Ngannou was still struggling in grants. But today, you cannot imagine the kind of contract he's signing. So, the preparedness you are doing today is not, the human eye cannot see what it will give you tomorrow. You can find yourself from Boya, you can find yourself to the US. Just Ngannou left his native town, Batse, and today, you talk with Ngannou today and tomorrow you want to say in New York. And when he's in New York, but in big environment that you might die without ever, though you're in America, you might die without even knowing where to get there. That's what people don't understand. When you sit and see only on social media make us think that we can have access to some environment. No, it's not true. You get to some environment, you only hear what it takes to go to the neighborhood. You get confused. But Ngannou is able to be here with you eating Accra, and tomorrow you hear that he's there. Just see the difference in the mindset. Why? When he was younger, he was punching in different gyms. He had no idea what 20 years after it would look like. It's the same thing. When it's time to train, bro, go and hit the gym. Forget about any other thing that's coming to your head. Because what you're looking for is not what the human eye can see now. Same thing for money. When it's time to learn, develop tricks, learn the skills, bro, don't look at the money. Because your one-time pay will settle overall day-to-day hustle. So, train and wait.
Okay, Mayor Cyril, in one statement, fitness and legit wealth has no side effects. So, both fitness and finance require long-term thinking. Yeah. Why do you think people struggle with patience in fitness area?
Because we live in a society of quick pro quo. Everything is about what am I getting out of it. What most people don't know, unfortunately, is that most high-paid jobs have a strategy to enslave you for the rest of your life. If they organize a meeting for bankers, doctors, lawyers, I want you to stand by the door and watch something. All of them will come with very big stomach. And they are nearly pushing. What do you think is happening? No, give them 10 years, that's all. They will age suffering. But organize another meeting for entrepreneurs. They will come in. Dry. You have the impression that these people don't touch money. It's not true. What is happening? One group is good. Only they see lump sums. They fit like fools. Always take the example of agric fowl and the traditional fowl. At 5 a.m., traditional fowl knows that he opened his day by shouting, "Coo-coo-coo." Agric fowl is just there. Have you brought my food? And when he goes, he doesn't even beat himself to start eating. He will sit there and drop it chopping. Now, one is destined for butchery. The other one is destined to solve problems for those who believe in custom and tradition. Men, ask yourself, what are you destined for? The way you are using your time says it all about what you are destined for. You cannot fake it.
So everybody needs to wake up with this question: what is my purpose on earth? Moving to our next question: can you really compare the idea of rest and recovery in fitness to any concept in financial management?
Of course. There are moments that your income gets really low. Really low. And in fitness, there are moments that you have to wait. For example, before a race, before a major competition, you don't exercise. You have to calm down. and trust your strategy, because at that time so many people are giving strategy. You follow interview here, everybody, and that's the worst time for you to change your strategy. I'm talking now from the background of a sprinter. You must, during rest and recovery, that's the highest moment that you remain firm to your strategy. In finance, during moment of low income, that's the moment to strategize. Professionally, I am a trainer. I mean, when it comes to profession, like my profession, so before the coming of AI, we were developing courses using PowerPoint. But now AI have come on a little bit. It has not changed. So moment that we don't have contract, we're moment to build training. And building training is built to impact people. Like that's why producing content video also like this for me is a little bit easy, because I understand the concept sometimes of transmitting information. Yes. So it's doing no moment. If you're only rushing to put one video to get the next light, you might not really understand how that sums up at the end. You might only be seeing the side money that is coming, but truly it has a way it plays on people when they get up thinking about your channel, or they watch one video and want to watch others. It really matters.
Okay, coach, we need to stick to our strategies in good times and in bad times. In your opinion, coach, how do small daily habits like spending or eating compound over time, both in fitness and in finance?
Spending is just same as resting. Okay. You see, in sport, once you are in a good team, it becomes automatic for you to control what enter your mouth. In money, in finance, when you have grown from a rich family or you're in an environment where people are wealthy, you control what you spend your money for. Okay. But 99% of the people, they prefer a fitness group where there is no control. Everybody does what he or she wants. And in finance, 99% of the people want to buy the latest gadgets because they earn the money poorly. Either through corruption, stealing, gambling. So they want to spend it anyhow. And now start running behind. You eat anyhow and get up in the morning, you feel lazy to work. Or when you go to work, you hang on with people who cannot be mobile. Same thing with spending. You spend so much, empty your pocket. And next thing, you go and corrupt people, steal, scam. You see, it's almost the same thing. The mentality of rushing behind. Even though you go, you cannot run. But in your mind, you want to run. So that's rushing behind an ideal which could only best be built or could be built by retention, by reserving yourself. And you cannot wish to reserve yourself and reserve yourself. Because the way you think is the impulsion in you. You must understand that if you are poorly connected, what wire your energy, if it's poorly connected, you think somebody will have sex and somebody who ejaculate by any other means than sex, do you think those people have the same feeling after that process? The answer is no. So make sure your sources of energy are as genuine and refined. If you put any kind of fuel in your car, you will not have the same feeling driving like somebody who put a refined. You must understand all these concepts are connected and interrelated.
So 99% of people on earth like clothes where there is laxity and laziness. Okay, moving now to the next. Coach, setbacks happen in both journeys, injuries in fitness or losses in finance. How should people respond to these challenges?
In sports, like the response, never give up. Yeah, never give up. You are feeling pains, it's not an excuse for you to skip your training, man. Your bank account is down, you are bankruptcy, your business is not moving, it's not an excuse for you to stay home, man. You stay home one day, second day, third day before you want to see it's a week. You stay off training 1 day, 2 days, you want to see it's a week. And the justification is clear. My leg is paining. Master, I am low spirit. All that is not a justification. Instead, when I became a trainer, a full-time trainer, they told us, always keep building your training. They know a good trainer with the number of hours of training he has in his reserve. Anytime you can be called up to train ministers, to train presidents, to train any kind of person. How are you going to show them that you have been preparing for this moment? That's what we are talking about.
So the goal is to never give up.
Never. You are sick, show up.
Okay. So how important is tracking progress, like monitoring workouts or budgeting expenses in achieving success?
Tracking is what amateur don't like. Yes. And when you want to know the difference between amateur and professional, you just have to ask, where are the figures? Where are the data? How do we know what was happening before? Amateur don't like to keep records. So professional think 10 years from today. People want to know how they were looking before. They will give you the impression that it doesn't matter, but the truth is that from time to time they will spy and go back and see how they were before. So you as a professional, keep record of your workout. Keep record of people behavior. I always say, and today I'll be training on that very soon. I always say, don't just live this life and think that humans are the appearance they give you with their kind smile, their soft voice. No, we are fake. We are not real. 10 years from today, people's attitude towards you will give more clearer picture than who they are today. So you must keep record. Same thing with finance. When you really want to know whether you are successful, trace back where you are coming from. Yes. If you are today is more talking about yesterday, it means that, man, step up. Yes, you need to step up the game. So that tracking is very important. Then, budgeting. We live in an environment that if people notice that you are just lavishing your money anyhow, they stop working, they hang around you and position their emotion and keep sinking you. Life, you don't know what humans are. Humans are dangerous. But when you are evaluating, when you are budgeting, they can chop you for 1 month, but because you are budgeting, you will shake the system the next month and you will unstabilize it. That is what justifies why they say connect with the right people, make friends with the right people. And when the friends start draining you, you automatically know why, because you are keeping a record. You know your performance, you know your previous performance, you know your previous bank account, bank balance. So when it's draining so much, you understand that no, I'm in a wrong environment.
Okay, Coach Cyril, from what you have said, achieving success simply means connecting to the right people, connecting to the right environment, and doing the right thing at the right time. This takes us to our last question of the day, which says, what lessons from fitness can people apply directly to improve their financial lives?
The first thing is that you cannot spend what you don't have. Yes. Don't spend what you don't have. Even if you can borrow money and look wealthier, but once you borrow money, the most important thing to do is to invest the money. It's not to go and be showing off the money that you have borrowed. Same thing like when you use AI to change your picture. You are showing your stomach is showing that you have a 6-pack or 9-pack, or that you have a big buttocks or a big chest, and you keep that on your DP. Then maybe somebody get attracted to you because of that. And now the day you move close on your stomach, the person discover you have a bottle. What do you expect them to react? Then you get angry that they are frustrated. You see? No. When you borrow things, the right mindset to be doing at that time. If you put the wrong DP, the wrong profile picture, please make sure you are working extremely hard to meet up with that standard you are sending out. It's needless to give people the impression that you are up to a certain standard when you are not. And that is one thing to avoid, to cheat the future, meanwhile you are still behind. It's not bad, but the right attitude to be doing when you have borrowed something is to be working hard to cash up.
Okay, Coach, it is very, very wrong to give people a standard that you are not yet there. So thank you very much, Coach, for your time.
It's always a pleasure. And at the end of this conversation, have you been able to link finance and fitness?
Yes, Coach, as you always know, I do learn every time we meet. If I wasn't learning, I wouldn't be coming up with such questions. Okay. Thank you very much for impacting me with the knowledge you have.
It's a pleasure. Remember, action is always better than words.
You're welcome, Coach.
Okay.